Hi, it's me, Leo, and welcome to the Q&A video, which is the 100 members special for the Discord server. Basically, a few days ago, um, while my PC was not accessible, let's just put it that way, we have reached 100 members on this Discord server. And so I decided, you know what, I've never done a Q&A, and it's actually a concept that I kinda like, plus you guys get to know me a little better. So yeah, today we're gonna just do a Q&A. I'm warning you, this video is unscripted. I'm just recording myself talking. I'll probably just put some footage of me animating in the background. That way, you have some kind of visual. But yeah, this video is mostly just gonna be me rambling about all the questions in the Q&A thread, which was hosted on the Discord server. If you haven't joined it yet, you can join it. There is a link in the description of all my videos, including this one. So if you haven't joined yet, feel free to. We do a bunch of stuff there. I'm very active on the server. I tend to post a lot of sneak peeks. So yeah, if you want more regular updates, you can go over there, because I barely use the community posts on YouTube. Anyways, let's just get started with the Q&A, straight to the point. So, first question in the thread: what got Leo to start animating? In short, this guy, and the Terraria series project. Because, Terraria series project is it's been a while since I wanted to do it, and it's not even my main project right now, but yeah, the Terraria series project is really what got me into writing stories in general. Not that much in terms of animation, but it's like sort of one of my biggest goals in animation, making the series. Anyways, next is a question from Mr. Lava. You like men? No. River, do you like women? Yes, if they are kind. What's your animation routine? How often do you animate? How fast can you animate? Do you procrastinate, etc.? I don't really have an actual routine. Some people actually just schedule their stuff and all, but I just usually animate when I feel like it. So usually a lot, since I'm very excited and passionate about my projects. About how fast I can animate. I animate super fast, apparently. Now I feel like it's just bragging with no foundation to just say I'm the fastest animator. And besides, it's probably not even true. I mean, there's probably people who animate faster than me out there, but people have often told me that I animate fast, so I consider myself to have a decent animating speed. About procrastination, I don't procrastinate. I usually try to always be productive. I'm a workaholic, dude. And people often told me that I'd end up burning out from it. Funny enough, I actually did burn out once, which resulted in this edgy animation that I heavily regret. All is well in the world, though. I've learned to take small breaks from time to time now, even if sometimes I still like to lock in and push past my own limits. Anyways, how many episodes will be in Season 1 of MRLA? For the moment, it's uncertain, really. All I know is that the series will be divided into 2 seasons, with the first one being in 2 parts. At least I think I'm gonna make it in 2 parts, because like we've got 4 arcs, which is very big. So like I think I'm just gonna split the season 1 into 2 parts. Season 2 is shorter, so it should be done in 1 part, since there's like 2 main arcs. The exact number of episodes isn't determined yet, which is for the best actually, since I don't want you guys to just know when the ending is coming and like see, oh, the ending is on this episode, so like we're this many episodes away. I mean, it can kinda like raise the hype and stuff, but I prefer to like keep the ending as a surprise, sorta. I mean, it's in 3 episodes, so like, you guys will see it coming anyways. Mr. Lava, again, for the third time, asks, can you share with us some animation tricks and tips that you've discovered yourself? I'd love to, but I haven't really discovered any major animation technique or tip that myself that I could hand out to everyone out there, so all I could say is stay passionate about your stuff. Don't animate for the fame or the money. Animate what you love and what you want to make, because if you don't do that, you're just gonna end up making stuff that you don't even like. So it's not a very good place to be, honestly. I've tried making commissions. It never ended well. Then Reborn again asks, what's the best written piece of media you've ever read, and why is it Lord of the Mysteries? I haven't read Lord of the Mysteries yet. I haven't read much in general, sadly. I want to get into literature, but I haven't met anyone who can help me get into literature. Still searching. Anyways, the best piece of media I've ever watched or seen, it's not even something I can answer like that, because usually I prefer dividing the stuff into categories. For example, my favorites will be like Noragami in terms of comedy, and the animated adaptation is very cool too. Made in Abyss for world building. The world building in Made in Abyss is just it's my favorite, and One Piece for the like general ambience and vibe of it. You know, I just love the vibe that One Piece has. Watching it just feels like a journey, so, and I like that. So anyways, on the second question, top 5 Rogue Lineage lore characters. That's actually a good question. And top 1 is definitely the Prince of Cures. He's W. That's all I can say. He's the best. I think at top 2 I put Odor, because Odor is very cool, and in general he's cool, and I like Abyss Walkers. So in top 3 I'd say Roy Haru, because he's cool too. Top 4 I'd say maybe Altum, because like DSKs are cool, Green Flames are all cool, stuff like that. So yeah, maybe Altum in top 4, and in top 5 I'd say Lastiel. Lastiel he's got a cool story. He's pretty cool. Plus his design is kinda cool. Next we have Grayson, Deep Broken When. I actually have a Deep Broken project. I hate the game, yet I have a project about it. Yeah. I'm not even sure though that it's gonna come out as a series or anything major. I'm just not passionate about Deep Broken. And the project dates from like a while ago, back when Deep Broken was released, so I genuinely don't know. If it ever comes out, it's probably just gonna be like small animations, and like that's it. Cause I don't wanna bother like reading Deep Broken lore. I dread reading Deep Broken lore. It just it doesn't interest me. Anyways, next is Asterix. So, how do I do blocking? I am just a goober that cannot use Moon. Alright, this video is gonna take a radical turn. Time to turn it into a blocking tutorial. Like, blocking is made in 3 phases, basically. At least that's how I do it. The explanation I'm about to give is probably not how you actually do blocking. It's very similar, but like, I've learned to do it in my own way. I haven't actually tried to do it the same as people, so I don't know if it's the same method, but that's the method I use. Phase 1 is like a sort of rough planning, a storyboard of the animation. Basically, you'll just be planning out rough poses and determine the flow of your animation. Timing is the most important part of this phase, because you have to make sure that the timing is good, or else once you get to do the in-betweens, you're gonna fucking die. I've had sometimes animations which did happen to be way too quick in the first phase, and it kind of ruined the animation and I had to scrap it, which is not very fun when it happens. Then you have phase 2. Once you're done with planning out the whole animation, you have phase 2, which is the in-betweens. As the name suggests, you're gonna like be adding more details to the animation, more key poses, etc. You're gonna basically adding like in-between poses, between your prior rough poses from phase 1, basically. Phase 3 is smoothing and rendering. Basically, it's like a final revision of your animation. You'll be mostly just scrubbing through the anime, trying to like find weird poses and stuff that you might have to tweak, make sure the leg work is decent, etc., just the timing, and also add last in-betweens if you feel like it's needed. Though most of the time you don't actually have much stuff to add to the animation at that phase. Then it's conversion time, which is honestly the coolest part, because like you're finally seeing the animation come together, you know? Now when you convert to linear, the animation is probably gonna look bad. I'm gonna warn you already. It's gonna look bad, but that's normal because it's just rough, you know? Now you have to get to the splitting. The splitting is basically, if you don't know what split is, it can be used with the M key. Like you go into the keyframe tab and you like go into split keyframe. Basically the M key, that's what I'm gonna refer to it as, is basically a way of rounding movement in your animation. It's gonna basically be creating arcs from your keyframes. For example, if I had an animation of I don't know, a guy just moving, like trying to make a knock with like 3 keyframes, it's gonna look like the shape is gonna go it's gonna look like a triangle, right? But if you split the middle keyframe, a lot of times it's gonna make an arc and the character is gonna move in an arc. This is explained terribly, but yeah, basically splitting is not auto smoothing like some people think. It's not gonna add in-outs and stuff. However, it's used for rounding edges and making the anime look less rough. What you want to do is like select your in-betweens, split them, then select your whole animation, do another split pass on all of the animation, and then what I like to do sometimes is do a third split pass on all of my animation, but with a very low stride, like 1 afterwards. But that's just how I personally do it. Anyways, that took way too much time. Then we have more questions. Can you make an animation of John eating apple fritters? No, just ask Guy or Equinox to do it. I don't know. If you killed someone, how would you hide the evidence? I would love to answer, but YouTube is YouTube, so this video will be smitten down if I do. Can we add a public execution channel to the Discord? I'll be adding a channel called The Pits, where only tarnished individuals have access to. It's a little like a limbo before the ban, you know? But, I don't know. I've heard we just do it for the funny someday. I don't know. How tall are you? I'm 1 meter 80 centimeters tall. It is pretty tall for someone as young and fragile as me, to be honest. Before I actually measured myself a while ago, I thought I was always someone very small and stuff, probably because it kind of fit with my personality. And then I measured myself and I'm actually like super tall, so I don't know. I have no explanation to why I'm so tall, despite being only 14, but who knows. Anyways, what's the color of your hair? I actually neither have ginger hair, nor do I have orange dyed hair. In real life, I actually have brown hair. What is your geographical location? Friends. Now, we have more questions. So, what's your favorite literature and why? I'm gonna assume that you were asking what my favorite literature genre is. In this case, it's mangas, definitely. If you were talking about specific pieces of literature, though, I don't know. Not many come to mind. I haven't. I said it before, but like I haven't read much. I think Coraline is very decent in its style. I liked it. What abnormalities do you like the most in Project Moon? Punishing Bird. He's cute. He's very cute. I like him. Blue Star is very badass. Like, it's definitely cool. At least sound design wise. I just find it super intimidating. Like, if an abnormality had to exist in real life, I definitely do not want Blue Star to exist because it's literally a freaking black hole. And in general, it's badass. If you ignore the fact that it's literally just a heart with like 100 freaking legs attached to it. Anyways, any tips for a new animator experience? That's like the number one tip that comes to my mind. It's experience. If you're struggling with like learning animation, I'd say for inspiration you should definitely just study different pieces of media. As for a more direct approach to like animation, in general, the process of animating, I'd say just practice, learn, study, and mostly experiment. Like try new things, even if you don't wanna, try and learn new techniques. Try and, experiment with different techniques in animation stuff. Try to figure out what style you like the most. And once you've done that, try to become more efficient at the task. Try to train to like animate faster and try to like learn to polish the stuff that you think you're lacking on in terms of animation. Also, another great tip I can give is probably just asking for help. Sometimes you might just want to go Maverick style and just do it yourself, all alone. And it's definitely not a great idea because if you don't get any help, you're not gonna learn very much, which is gonna hinder your capacity of learning by a lot. A lot of stuff that I've learned is mainly from people, other animators. I know that a lot of animators can be mean or cocky and like mostly just some of them would just blankly say, I'm busy and I don't want to like take the time to train you or like help you learn something. I know that some of them are like that, but most people are actually kind in the animator community. Like a lot of people like me or Grayson or like Doc or other cool people, they will definitely be okay with giving you tips or helping you out. And like I say Grayson, and she's a beginner, but she already has a decent level. Anyways, yeah, a lot of people will be okay with giving you tips or like helping you out, definitely, so don't hesitate to ask for help. And finally, black coffee or milk coffee. I don't know because I've never like actually tasted any sort of coffee, not even milk coffee. But I heard that milk coffee is pretty good, so I'd say milk coffee. I'm more of a tea guy. Anyways, Emil asks, screw the best, what is the worst written story you have ever seen? Overall worst. Generally I have no idea. I cannot rate overall again, because that's just gonna be hindering on a lot of points of said media. Worst dialogue and writing and like visuals, I'm gonna be harsh, but it's definitely gonna go to Rogue Survival. It freaking sucks. The dialogue sucks. It's so bad, and the visual, well, I mean, it's made by a beginner in animation, so that's understandable. But like, fight choreography, the story, and the comedy definitely back it up, though. In terms of like weirdest stuff, Made in Abyss has a lot of very strange stuff to it. I'm not gonna say anything, but if you have watched or read Made in Abyss, you'll know what I'm talking about. Yeah. It's definitely like if the world building didn't freaking carry the whole anime and like manga, if there wasn't the whole world building part and then I probably will not like Made in Abyss, because there is a lot of stuff in there that I don't like. Finally, for the final question, which is actually not the final, never mind, there is another one still. Worst movie and worst game that's not deep. In terms of worst movie, the Sharknado movies. I've watched all of them and they're all terrible. But God, I had a good time watching them though, because they made me laugh in a very dark period of my life, so very bad and very cool at the same time. And finally, for worst game that's not deep broken, Bloxfruits. Yeah, that's the Bloxfruits. I don't have to elaborate any more than that. If it wasn't for Bloxfruits, I'd say maybe Fish, but Bloxfruits freaking sucks. It's bad. Now, so Equinox asked 10 questions. So let's read all of this. First off, how do you choose music for your animes? I have a huge list of music filtered by categories that I use when I have no ideas. I have like a whole channel in Discord with like just music that I like. And usually I just find the music and make the scene or like AMV based on it directly. Because I get very inspired when I listen to music, so I usually get a ton of different ideas very quickly. Then we have, has the solo anime life been easy? Certainly not. Definitely not. However, it's the best route I could have taken, for sure. Honestly, if I could go back in time, I'd have changed nothing. I've acquired experience so quickly in like the past 3 to 4 years of my life. Like, it's been crazy. There were definitely like very big ups and very big downs, of course. Like meeting you guys, all of you guys, and being able to tell my stories like I wanted to. These are definitely the biggest ups, and I do not regret choosing the solo route. Now, what's your most embarrassing character you've created? Ace from the Terraria series. You guys will see once the series releases, but is evil. He's most notably just a freaking perv, and I'm dreading the release of the Terraria series because since Ace is my avatar in most things, including like my YouTube and my Roblox, and also the main character of my new project Ascension, and the main character of the Terraria series and stuff, I'm scared that people might get the idea that Ace is my self-insert, and like, it is not, and it probably will never be. I'm actually, funny enough, I'm the actual like total opposite to Ace in real life. If you want to have a good portrait of like what I am like, Solaire from MRLA is basically, he's my self-insert in MRLA, Solaire. Though he's very exaggerated in many aspects, like, I'm not that much of a scaredy cat. Then we have, can I eat your art? No. No, Equinox, you cannot eat my art. Then with 5, can I have a sneak peek, please? I don't know what a sneak peek of what you're talking about, but since the background footage is going to be just me animating my next post, I guess you're served. Then we have, are you dying of frostbite like Rogue Lineage Tundra where you are? Sometimes yeah, it can get pretty cold here in France during winter, and since my break times in high school, I usually just spend them outside in the schoolyard, because in break times we just can go anywhere. It can get pretty chilly having to stay like 2 hours in the cold, like 1 hour, but I'm resilient. I'm very sensitive to cold though, but I'm resilient. I can survive it. I've survived it, so don't worry too much. And besides, I can always just get to Snail if needed. Only the ones who have played Rogue Lineage will know what I'm talking about. Anyways, next question. 7, do you ever plan on making real Moon YouTube tutorials for us little newbies? Not really. I would like to, but it's just not feasible because there is just way too much stuff to cover, and in general, a lot of the learning process is done through practice and experience. However, if someone needs help in like understanding a certain subject, I'm always glad to help. So like if any of you just needs help on one thing, I'm definitely gonna be able to just help you out. However, I will mention it again. I have mentioned it in my face rig guide because a lot of people were asking me about my face rigs. But as kind and open as I am, I've been bombarded with requests on like helping out people. And I'd like to precise, I have a big schedule, I have limited time, so I cannot take care of all the requests very quickly. Now this doesn't mean that I'm gonna just ditch on you and just say, do it yourself and learn by yourself or ask someone else. But I get overwhelmed very quickly, so understand if it takes time for me to answer or like help you, or if I say like that I can't help you yet, and that you might have to wait a little bit. It's just like, it's very hard to, you know, take care of people, live my life, go to high school, work, study, learn, do my own projects, and also help out people at the same time. But yeah, I will help though, don't worry. That was just one little thing that I had to say. Anyways, I think that's all for this question. 8. Who's your favorite MRLA character besides Solaire? I'd say I don't have like one favorite character. So like I'd say like Kozen, Librari, Chad. He's funny. He's very goofy. John. It's John. And also Zach, because he's cute. But yeah, that's like my favorite characters that like come to my mind immediately. I like the clan too. He's cool. But yeah. Anyways, do you have an estimated time frame or year that the MRLA series will be done? Nope, I don't. 10. Will MRLA ever get a movie? John's Adventure. Like MRLA Chapter 1, it's fully planned and stuff. And I know it's not gonna get a movie. I'm thinking maybe someday I'll do like short movies for like Christmas specials or stuff. But yeah, no, John's Adventure is certainly not gonna get, like the main series, it's not gonna get any movie that's like canon to the story. However, Chapter 2, maybe it will. But yeah, that was all the questions. That was all of them. So thank you very much for like asking all of these questions. It was a pleasure and it was very fun answering all of them. Overall, I think we're basically done with this video. As of recording this, it's gonna take a while to edit and stuff. How long is this gonna be? Jeez, I've been speaking for 29 minutes. Yep, it's gonna take a while to edit. And funny enough, it's gonna be my longest video, and it's not even animation. Jeez. Anyways, if you've stayed until here, thank you very much for watching. I hope that you guys are content with the question that I've answered. And yeah, see you guys later, and hopefully MRLA releases in not too much time. But yeah, thank you, and see you later.